I'm Angela Fritz with the Capital Weather Gang. Hurricane Harvey was a catastrophic storm that is now considered the wettest storm in U.S. history. I am answering 6 key questions for a better understanding of the storm's impact. First up, why was Hurricane Harvey so powerful? It mostly has to do with the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico, which allowed this storm to strengthen to a Category 4 hurricane. But really, the reason it was so powerful and destructive wasn't because of its winds or even its storm surge. It was actually the rain, and that is because the storm lingered over the same area for such a long time. The flooding is going to be what people remember from Hurricane Harvey. Now, how did it become a Category 4 so quickly? It went from Category 1 to Category 4 very rapidly in a process that we call rapid intensification. This is somewhat unpredictable. The forecast models still have trouble determining when and where this will happen. However, we know that it's because of that very warm water near the coast that allowed Harvey to intensify from Cat 1 to Cat 4 just before landfall. Why did the storm stick around for so long, and why did it produce so much rain? Unfortunately, it was cut off from the jet stream. We all know what the jet stream is. It tends to move weather systems in and out. Because it didn't have that jet stream to kick the storm out like we usually see in hurricanes, Harvey was able to linger over the Texas and Louisiana area for days. This is also why it rained so much over Texas and Louisiana. It was because that storm was sitting there for so long. Is it unusual for a storm to make a second landfall? Yes and no. It isn't totally common, but we have seen in history some storms that have come back out over the Gulf of Mexico or the Atlantic Ocean and then return to shore, and that is actually something that we're seeing here because of the fact that it is cut off from that jet stream and that there is no forcing for it to just simply move on like we normally see from hurricanes. Does climate change have anything to do with Harvey's impact? Something I like to say is that climate change is in every weather system at this point. It's just a matter of how much is it in every weather system. With Harvey, the main reason it was such a huge impact for Texas and Louisiana is because of that jet stream, the fact that it was cut off, the fact that it lingered over the area for so long. On top of that, we know that sea level is rising. We know that air temperature is rising, which means that the air can hold more moisture and it can rain more. So yes, there is climate change in Hurricane Harvey's impacts. How much of it will have to be researched in the future? We are going to have continuing coverage on Hurricane Harvey and its flood catastrophe over the coming days and weeks. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook at Capital Weather.